The most weirdest guns ever made. These guns are really weird? Let's find out. We all know that guns can be fatal, and there should be a lot of care when it comes to handling guns. They are mainly used for our own safety against threats. For today's video, however, we're going to be talking about firearms that are silly, useless, and laughable. Some of these guns actually made perfect sense at the time, although maybe things didn't work out as planned. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. 4. The Coffee Mill Sharps. First up on our list, we have the Coffee Mill Sharps. Coffee was the Union Army's fuel. Every soldier received 36 pounds of beans per year, which they boiled in 1-quart tin cups that were strong enough to float a horseshoe, and was literally sweetened with honey or molasses. Billy Yank got to roast and grind his own since war profiteers liked to add dirt to ground coffee. Thus, it was distributed in bean form. Lieutenant Colonel Walter Kane, who was detached from the 4th Missouri Cavalry to the Springfield Armory, thought it could be practical to include a coffee mill in the buttstock of the 52 Sharps carbine because most grinding involved pounding the beans between 2 rocks. The colonel issued the directive, and it was carried out. This led to the modification of about 100 guns. Although the mill had a great appearance, it wasn't particularly functional, and the entire project was abandoned. There are reportedly just a dozen or so genuine coffee mill sharps left today, and they are quite expensive. There are a ton of imitation coffee mill sharps out there. In fact, it's safe to say that this was one of the most popular Civil War-era weapons. It is related to adding dirt to coffee grinds in some way. 3. The Velo Dog Revolver. The next weird gun on our list is the Velo Dog Revolver. The bicycle, or velocipede, as it was then known, became quite popular in late 19th century France, and dogs soon realized that running after peddlers and nipping at their legs, pants, or God knows what else was great fun. The Velo Dog Revolver provided the solution to the issue. A compact double-action pocket revolver with a hooded hammer, and, in later models, a long, guardless trigger, it was Reen Gallen's design. It was the perfect solution for troublesome poodles in their ilk, and was also known as a pocket revolver. Velo Dog ammunition was a centerfire, 5.75mm cartridge that could be loaded with a standard bullet, a projectile composed of wax, wood, cork, cayenne pepper, dust, or any combination of those materials. Dog plinking became so well-liked that, in addition to France, Belgium, Germany, and Spain, Velo Dog revolvers were made in various designs. There have been occasions when I've wished for one terribly. 2. The Gyrojet Rocket Gun. Next up, we have the Gyrojet Rocket Gun. The NBA Gyrojet was produced as a pistol and a carbine. They fired microjets, which are 12mm or 13mm rockets, instead of regular gunfire. These projectiles included a primer in the middle of them and angled apertures with propellant in their bases. A flat striker in front of the microjet slammed the rocket on its nose as soon as you release the trigger, sending it backward into a fixed firing pin. The primer was struck by this, igniting the ports, which caused the rocket to accelerate to roughly 1,250 FPS. The requirement for fins was eliminated since the angled ports made the rocket spin while in flight. The gyrojet has a number of benefits. The frame was extremely light and inexpensive since it did not have to bear the pressures associated with a typical rifle. There was hardly any report, and there was little recoil. The drawbacks included extremely poor accuracy, extremely slow reloading, and unstable ignition. The ports were blocked. The entire project was abandoned after a few years, while Gyrojets was featured in at least a few motion pictures. 1. The A2.577 T-Rex. Last but not least, we have the A2.577 T-Rex. A square was created by Lieutenant Colonel Art Alphen, Armor/USA, who started making dangerous gain rifles while teaching at West Point and chambering them for both common cartridges and his own brand of special ammunition. In 1997, Alphen left the Army and started working full-time in the firearms industry. He said that the large stocks on his guns, which set them apart, helped to diffuse the severe recoil. The .577 Tyrannosaur, also known as the T-Rex, was his crowning achievement. It was created in 1993 at the request of two Zimbabwean professional hunters, who must remain nameless as far as I am aware, who desired a stopping rifle that would stop anything. Anyway, this wraps up our video for today. What do you think about this? Let us know in the comments section down below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel while you're at it.